And we have got to learn how to step up to the plate. And you may not be a speaker. You don't have to be a speaker. You just need to be part of the group. Because one thing that I said to David and Janet was, and this is my favorite saying, and I remember when I said this at Mina, because their little tea party, you would think down there there wouldn't be too many. They had 670 pies. And that's why I want to encourage you, because the people are powerful, and they're tired, and they're outraged, and they're not going to put up with this anymore. And all you have to do is just come and be part of this group. This is a phenomenon that we're experiencing here, people, a phenomenon. And I want to tell you, they're powers that be. They think they're the big bully, and we've got to learn how to back some of these bullies off, because how many of you know most of the politicians, especially when you deal on a federal level, they don't want to listen at you. They've got a deaf ear because they've got an agenda. And this is what they're going by, and I'm going to talk about that agenda tonight. Now let's go back to write down this acronym, and it's called ICLEI, I-C-L-E-I. And what that stands for, International Council of Local, key word, Environmental Initiatives. Local Environmental Initiatives. It's an international council. And this is bad, because they've got us on every level, and I don't have time to go into the education part of it, but healthcare is part of it. Don't let them sell you, my gosh. Don't let them sell you whatever you do, because this is under sustainable development, and you keep hearing the word, don't you? When you turn on the news, you keep hearing that's not sustainable. Well, there's a movement that's sustainable development, and it's not people-friendly. It's not citizen-friendly, but it's nice and globally friendly. Global citizens love it. And our children and grandchildren are being taught how to be good little global citizens. And they tell you that we've got to open up our borders and let anybody that wants to come in order for us to have free trade, global trade. But we're going to talk about some stuff tonight. But when I say ICLEI, this is Obama's agenda right here. I'm going to let you look at it. This is Obama's agenda. And you want to know where he's headed? All you have to do is type in that little acronym, ICLEI, and this is where he plans to take us, we the people. And complacency, the churches are going to have to start getting involved in this, because the pulpits needs to be flaming right now, because danger is approaching. Danger. Learn how to address some issues here tonight as the people, and quit letting our institutions be paraded through with their Marxism, their communism, their Nazism, their fascism. And we've got to put a stop to it, and we can do it, and all you have to do is show up at a meeting, because there's people that has the know-how to get it done. Now, Secure Arkansas has been looking at these issues for years and years and years. And how many of you said, yeah, I've heard of one world government? Remember? The Republicans betrayed us on that too. That's why we are nonpartisan. When we've got to stay nonpartisan, because just because they have an R by their name doesn't mean that they're going to be conservative socially or physically. So what we've got to do is learn how to move, and I want to not pig trail, but that is Obama's agenda, is ICLEI, and it's danger. And it has to do with cap and trade. It has to do with energy. It has to do, now let me get there. Because I'm prepared to speak for a while, but just so you know, as Secure Arkansas submits to Dustin McDaniel, which we're going to have to get on a campaign, the last time that we carried a legal immigration petition, we had to call and bombard his office and literally force him to pass this and to put his approval on it so we could go ahead and move on and get our signatures. Because they're there to apprehend at every turn. They want to put a stop to us. But you know what? Here's what you have to understand. Be patient. Rome wasn't built in a day, And what we're going to do is just keep growing in number, growing in size, and then when that person steps up to the plate, it's not just him. It's not just that banana separated from the bunch anymore. All of a sudden, you have a number that walks in with you. And I can tell you that when I went to the Capitol. And now I want to absolutely give Philip Liggett credit because he helped us as webmaster with our Secure Arkansas website in the very beginning, and I appreciate that. Yeah, right there. He's sitting right there. Now, I'm not going to make illegal immigration an issue because this is just one of 1,000 points of light tonight. Let's have an overview, and then sometime, if you ever want more specifics, we will go into it because I honestly think that the people, they deserve a seminar. But what is happening right now is this ballot initiative process is absolutely being restricted like you wouldn't believe. California, let me just tell you this. This is why when you say, well, I don't know if I want to gather signatures or not. Well, what you're doing is limiting the power of the people. Because your first powerful tool that you have is once it gets past the Attorney General is the tool of initiative and referendum. And we've got to keep that. We've got to guard that because that's our power that says we don't have to go to some legislature and say, oh, please, please pass this, do this for us, carry this legislation. Because Secure Arkansas, one of the things we sponsored was state sovereignty. That's what it's all about. HCR 1011, that was one thing that we fought very hard for, but we couldn't get it. We couldn't get it passed. Because of basically, I hate to say it, but there's an agenda such in here in Arkansas that, and I'll reveal all of that at some point, but we have work to do. You've got, well, it's awareness, because an informed citizen is a very dangerous citizen.